Hey, what's up guys? Andrei MoVapes. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to review a new gear from the Zito mods, and this is the Consigliere mod. And of course, a huge shout out to Sir James Salvieso for sending me this mod for review. I appreciate it, sir. I really appreciate your support for the channel. But of course, even though this mod was sent out to me for review for free, that won't change my opinion of this gear. I'll give it to you straight. You know that, guys, right? Andrei MoVapes, keeping it 100. Alright, currently I'm using this on series configuration, the series box mod configuration, and on top is the Capo RDA, also by Zito mods, with the resin grip cap, which is the Apollonia. They're actually built for each other, so definitely they are matchy. Build for today, Micro Aliens by Reynald, Manalastas, Encarnacion. I'll post the link below so you can check out his page. Let me show how his aliens perform. Sir Reynald is famous for his crackling aliens, guys. Listen to this, guys. That's the sound of flavor, guys. And by the way, juice for today, same RY4 Butterscotch by Vape Ryte. If you were watching, or if you watched my last published review in this channel, you'll see the big bottle of this juice. Yeah, let me take a quick drag. On the Capo RDA, I just close the top airflow totally, and I just close a tiny bit of the side airflow and the bottom airflow, just like a quarter close. Let me show you how this performs. The Capo RDA, you gotta have this if you're a cloud chaser, guys. Lots of airflow and still flavorful. One more, guys. Yeah. Well, this is too airy for my preference, but I definitely enjoy the clouds and how it was set up right now. So going back to the Consigliere mod, usual, we're going to break it down, put it back together. I'll also show you the different configurations of this mod. As we all know, this is a 4-in-1 mod. You can use this as a series box mod, just like how it was set up right now. And we can also use this as a single battery tube mod, stacked tube mod, and also a squonk box mod. Zito mod's first project, it was the Big Boss mod. Yeah, Big Boss. This is their parallel box mod, their first project. Then second project was the Capo. Then the third one is this. Not just a 4-in-1 mod, but you can also use the Consigliere mod as a booster kit for the Big Boss mod. I'll also show you that later on. So let me give you the specifications, a rundown on the specifications of the mod. Let me just read it through my phone. 24 diameter mod, so that would be 24, you know, all across the firing, the tubes, as well as the addy base. So this goes well with your 24s. 25, there will be an overhang for sure. One mod with 3 configurations: series, squonk, and single battery tube mod. It is actually 4-in-1 because on the series setup, you can use this as a series box mod, and you can also use this as a stacked tube mod, guys. Combination of brass, stainless steel, and delrin, so that would be just the aesthetic. The outside part of the mod, solid copper internals, router engraved serial number, so that will be on the firing button. I'll show you how it was engraved. Deep engraved and very nice. Yeah, later on. No screws, no tools needed to convert this into 3 configurations, which is definitely one of the great things about this mod. And yeah, as you can hear from me, this is one of the pros actually. And you can also combine this with the Big Boss mod to use it in a Power Series setup. So that'll be the specs of this mod. You know, upon reading the specifications, I'm getting more and more excited to proceed with this review. So this will be a long one. I hope you stay tuned until the end of this review, guys. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive down to the specs of this mod, and after that, I'll put the camera back up. I'll give you the pros, cons, all that shit. Alright, stay tuned, guys. There you go, that's how I received the Consigliere mod in a gold Ziploc bag. Here's what you will receive: the mod, the squonk configuration delrin housing, and the squonk bottle. An amber color silicone squonk bottle with an ultim cap. They actually switched to a clear squonk bottle. Again, here's the squonk delrin housing. Then here's the mod. You will receive this in a series box mod configuration. Here's a quick look. Stainless steel, delrin, and brass. The stainless steel ring at the bottom has an engraving that says Consigliere. Here's the badge with Zito Mod's logo. We have hybrid 510 connection. Here's the firing button. It says Consigliere by Zito Mods Pilipinas and the serial number 0055. And here's the solid brass bottom plate. Let's break it down now. Here's the hybrid top cap with 2 vent holes. Here's the firing button. Let's set it aside. By the way, batteries VTC5D from Capo. Make sure to check out our page. Here's the brass top plate held by magnets. This delrin part comes off like this, also being held by magnets. Let's focus on the stainless steel tubes. As you can see, they are not the same size. They'll be the same if you have this ring. Let's focus on the ring. Again, here's the engraving, Consigliere. Then the bottom brass plate. Let's take out the connectors or the threaded tubes. Very nice machining on these, as you can see. And here we have the copper contact. Since it's in series configuration, it's just a copper bar across. So here's the side where you need to align your atomizer as well as the squonk bottle. So it should be like this. It's like a puzzle, guys. The square part of the bottom fits perfectly with the copper contact. Later on, I'll show it to you guys. So this one can be taken out as well. Just grab the contacts and try to pull it out. You don't really need to take it out, but here's how if you want to. There you go. Again, here are the magnets that holds the delrin between the tubes. This is solid brass. And here's the copper contact encased in delrin that also serves as an insulator. Then you can also take it out. This copper plate is just one piece other than the spring. It's kind of press fitted, but I won't take it out anymore. And lastly, let me break down the firing button. First, unwind it a bit, press the button, then continue unwinding it. Just hold onto the button and slowly let it go. Once you hear the snap, take out the magnet from the firing button and set it aside. In here, there's actually 2 magnets inside a copper contact. Here's what I usually do to take out the magnets. I use my battery. So let me just put it back and set it aside. Then here's the brass part of the firing housing. There's an ultim insulator and you can also take it off. Just poke it out from the bottom and there you go. And lastly, the delrin squonk housing. The copper just slides right out. Then check the finish on the delrin housing. I believe this is sandblasted. I really like the finish on this, very smooth finish. There are also magnets on the bottom. There. So here's the copper connection for your squonk configuration. This is threaded and you can take it out. This is one solid copper piece. Here, that's where your squonk bottle will go. This tube is definitely long. You need to cut it out. I haven't used it yet, but you need to cut it based on your preference. This is very soft, but not too soft. I like this bottle. I like its tolerance. Going back to this part. By the way guys, this part right here is actually a rubber O-ring. This is to prevent leakage. You may also take it out, just twist it or just pull it. This is not threaded. This one is just delrin. So here are the parts of the Consigliere mod. Let's count it. 24 pieces in total. Now let's go ahead and put it back to its series box mod configuration. Let's set aside these three first. So the copper contact or this copper plate goes to the delrin insulator. Then this goes here to the brass bottom plate. There. Then get these connectors or the threaded tubes. Then the stainless steel tubes. I personally prefer to put the ring on the side where the atomizer should go, the part where the copper spring is. Then this one. Since I vape using my left hand, I'll put this delrin part like this so I can see the badge whenever I vape. Either way, you could put it, but that's how I wanted it. So it depends on your preference. Then the top brass plate. Again, where the copper spring is, that's where your top cap or atomizer should go. Then lastly, the firing button. Let's start with the ultimate insulator. Install the ultimate insulator from the top. Then the magnets. One should go to the button, then the other two will go to the copper contact. Then what you need to do before installing the button is to check if they are the opposites. Set it aside first. Install the copper contact. Now I'll give you a tip on how to put it back together without snapping the magnets. So what you need to do is to hold it like this, then just slide it in. Try to do it swiftly but not too fast. There you go. Then the lock, and that's it. Right now, I'll show you how to convert it to a single battery tube mod from this configuration. We need the firing button, the top cap, and one of the tubes. I prefer using the shorter tube with a ring. Insert the ring first to the firing switch, followed by the tube, and lastly, the top cap. There you go. That's how you set it up to a single battery tube mod configuration. Here it is with the El Capo RDA. This tube mod is way shorter compared to the one that you will get from the Big Boss mod because of the firing. Right now, I'll show you how to convert it to a stacked tube mod. First, take off the top cap, then get the other stainless steel tube and one of the connectors. Install the connector halfway, then connect the other stainless steel tube. And lastly, the top cap. Let's try to put batteries and see if there will be a gap between the tubes. So yes, there's a gap, but I think it's not that bad. At least if you want to go for this kind of setup, you still have that option. You might want to purchase another ring to cover the gap. Right now, we will convert it to squonk mod configuration from its series box mod configuration. Disassemble everything and leave one tube, the tube opposite to the copper spring. But first, right off the bat, you need to cut the tube from the squonk bottle. Cut it based on your preference.
There. Then install it to the brass bottom base. Then slide the delrin squonk housing. Put the brass top plate, the firing button, then the atomizer. There, that's how you convert it to a squonk mod. And lastly, let me show you how to use the Consigliere mod as the booster kit for the Big Boss mod. Set aside the firing button, the top cap, and the bottom brass plate. And here are the parts that you need for the booster kit. Here's the Big Boss mod. First, take out the bottom caps, then put the threaded connectors just halfway. Then the tube on one side, then the ring first, then the shorter tube. Now put the delrin part in the middle, then the bottom brass plate. So I have VTC 5s and VTC 5Ds. And there you go. That's the Big Boss mod in its Para Series configuration using the Consigliere mod as its booster kit. That will be all the different configurations of the Consigliere mod. Let's bring it back up top and we'll talk more about this mod. Stay tuned, guys.
There you go, guys. That was the dive down to the specs of the Consigliere mod. And as you've seen, I've also shown you all the configurations out of this mod. Again, as I mentioned, that will be a 4-in-1, but you're gonna add up you know, the mod being a booster kit for the Big Boss mod, then that makes it 5-in-1, right? So yeah, I'm currently using the Big Boss mod and the Consigliere mod as the booster kit. Now let me just take a quick drag and let me put it back to series configuration. Let me drip first. Yeah, I good old skull dripper bottle. Yeah, I'm really loving this. Heavy and big, but definitely worth it. Getting that power and getting that you know, the amperage and stuff. Very nice, very nice. So there you go, guys. I already have it in the series box mod configuration of the Consigliere. Yeah, I don't know where to start, guys. Yeah, let me just start my pros with what you will get. As you've seen, 4 configurations in one mod. Where else would you get that, right? And what I'm saying is it's 5-in-1 because you can also use it as a booster kit if you have the Big Boss mod. With it being versatile, modular, all the options that you'll get, that would definitely the top pro for this mod. I can't stress that further for you guys. Other pro would be still the design. I'm still stoked about the design. I like it. The two-tone brass and stainless steel plus the black delrin. Any atomizer could match this. There are times that I'm using you know, my goon, my stainless steel goon for this. Still looks nice. The Andromeda RDA as well, that's stainless. Then I'm just changing the drip cap to Ultim, so it's kind of matchy, but we'll still go with the stainless steel and, you know, stainless steel atomizer and black drip tip, or even brass black. You know, how versatile it is in terms of matching atomizers to it. You won't have any problems with that, which is definitely a plus. I can guarantee you that. Another pro would be, it's already stated in the specs, no tools needed, guys. I disassembled it earlier without using any tools, no Allen wrench, no screwdrivers and stuff. You can unscrew everything or screw it back in just using your hands, which is also definitely a pro. Well, aside from your regular tube mods, because there are tube mods that that has that feature as well, but you know, a box mod, a 4-in-1 box mod, I don't think you'll get that anywhere else. Innovation, you know, putting that feature into this mod, I can consider it as an innovation, guys. that might be subjective, but that's just me. Alright, let me share it with you guys. For me, the top pro for this mod would be the firing, guys. I'm really impressed with how the firing works. Yes, having a magnetic switch is not really unusual, but I would like to highlight the magnet that was used for this mod. As you've seen in the dive down, you have 3 small magnets, unlike the other 2 mods or mods that have magnetic firing. They have the donut type, which is definitely brittle, guys. But with this magnet, I really tried, bang them with each other, snapping at them intentionally, but it didn't damage the magnets. These kind of magnets are definitely durable. Definitely a good job, Zito mods. Good job, Sir James, on designing this. Using that kind of magnet, because the durability, you won't have that fear of breaking it whenever you're cleaning it, disassembling it or assembling it back. I can assure you guys, it is definitely durable. Not just the magnet, but how the firing works. One of the smoothest firing switch that I've used or that I have encountered here in the channel. Definitely soft. In fact, I asked Sir James if he tried using just 2 magnets, one of the firing button and one of the copper pin. I told him that I already tried it, and it makes the firing switch way more smoother. And he told me that he's kind of worried of the mod auto firing, but I mentioned that it won't happen. There's still tension even if you're just using 2 magnets. Since I got it, I already tried it, and until this review, I'm just using 2 magnets. But while recording this, I put it back using 3 magnets, and yeah, there's no problem with it. I don't have any issues with it. I just tried it because why not, right? And it worked for me, and I liked it that way. But regardless, 2 magnets, 3 magnets, it still gives me that smooth firing action, guys. I'm really enjoying this mod, 100%, guys. Series setup goes well with the Capo. I really like how it performs, guys. Well, the power is given, guys. Even on single battery tube mod setup, power is still there. As I've mentioned, if you have watched the Big Boss mod review here in the channel, you might want to check it out if you haven't. There's still power in it. I know some of you will think twice because of the stainless steel body or stainless steel tube, with the voltage drop and shit. But still, with it being very thick, yeah, it still gives you that power, guys. Voltage drop is very minimal. With the Squonk mod configuration, there won't be any problems because there's the connection is actually copper. It's like a rod, a half tube. That's where the current will all go. And with it being pure copper, you don't have to worry about it, even if you're using it as a squonk mod. Well, I have tried this, just firing it but not really using it for squonking. I haven't used it, but I tried firing it, and it hits hard, guys. It hits hard on a squonk mod configuration. But I'll give you an update. I'll try this very soon. Stay tuned. Maybe I'll post it in the page, my Facebook page, and I'll also post the video here upon trying the squonk mod. Power is definitely a pro for this mod, regardless of the configuration. Well, I guess that's it for my pros, and right now let's jump now to the cons. I have spotted a few. I have tried different RDAs on this, and there's some RDAs that will cause you battery rattle because you don't have any adjustments in the bottom or anywhere in the mod. So if your Atomizer has a short 510 threading, you might encounter that. It will still have that solid connection, but you might feel or hear that your battery is rattling. But it will still have that connection, but it doesn't have that kind of tension wherein you'll be able to avoid the battery rattle. I never had an issue with it misfiring because of that, but I'm just kind of OC, so Whenever I'm hearing that it's shaking, I thought that it won't fire anymore, but you know, you still have that connection. So I guess that's a subjective con. It could have been better if there's a delrin maybe at the bottom part of the mod that could be threaded to avoid battery rattle, or maybe I'm not sure, but what I prefer is actually having the same mechanism on the big boss, because as you can see on the big boss, there are copper pins that you can screw and unscrew depending on the battery rattle. So this will definitely avoid that. But I guess if we're going to do that here, you know, it would eliminate its feature being, you know, no tools needed and stuff, right? So I don't know, maybe I'm just nitpicking, guys. It's kind of hard to really find cons on this mod. And one last con: you might encounter misfire. Based on my experience upon using this mod, I've only encountered that when I'm unable to clean the mod. So as much as possible, clean it every week if you're using it continuously, because well, of course, it would patina and all. You know, just make sure to clean at least the firing mechanism inside, you know, the copper contacts inside of the firing housing. That's the only thing that would cause misfire if it's you know, if it's dirty. Yeah, just make sure to clean it up. You can easily avoid that. Since I encountered misfire, might as well let me know, right? I guess if you're lazy on cleaning mods, then don't go for fully mechanical mods, guys. It's part of caring for your mech mod. So I guess that's it. I can't think of any other cons for the mod, but definitely 100% I'm loving this mod, guys. So let me just jump now to the pricing. Yes, I know that you've been waiting for the pricing of this mod. This 4-in-1 configuration box mod from Zito mods costs, are you ready, guys? This cost 10,500 pesos. So 4-in-1 mod for that price is definitely worth every penny, guys, because again, you'll get all of those configurations, guys. Well, there are, you know, squonk mods going out for 6,000, 7,000, even 2 mods, guys, you know, 5,000, 6,000. The last one that I reviewed in this channel cost 5,888. Squonk mods going crazy, you know. Well, if you could spend, you know, thousands of pesos on one mod, then why not spend that much for a mod as versatile as this, right? Well, for the pricing, yes, definitely it's way up there. It's expensive, guys. I'm gonna be honest about it. We're all in the same page that this mod is definitely expensive, but again, I cannot reiterate this more, but with all the configurations that you will get for 10,500, you're actually saving money, guys. Instead of buying a tube mod, then a series box mod, and then a squonk mod, or a stacked tube mod, that will cost you way more than 10,500 pesos, guys. I can guarantee you that. I don't want to, you know, give you prices anymore. I think that's not necessary. I know that you know what I mean, right? I'd say it's expensive, but definitely worth it, guys. Everything that you will get upon purchasing this mod, definitely worth every peso, guys. This is what you will get. You won't regret it, guys. I can assure you that. Well, personally, I can just have this, you know, mod and give up all of my other mods and just keep this, because I guess I'll be able to get all the configurations, guys, right? Maybe I'll keep 2. The big boss and the Consigliere. So if you're gonna ask me if I'm going to recommend it, definitely 100% I'm going to recommend this. If you don't have that vaping budget, I guess you need to start saving up right now. You know, 10.5 with all the pros and very minimal cons, worth it. I guess that's it for my review, guys. I was able to discuss everything that I want to let you know that I have noticed, all of my thoughts about the device, and yeah, I definitely enjoyed reviewing this mod. I'm kind of not feeling well right now, but I'm really eager to do this review this weekend, so I can immediately put it out, you know, because as I mentioned, I wanted to, you know, post reviews regularly as much as I could. So I'll make sure to keep this channel active. So make sure to stay tuned, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And also my Facebook page, make sure to like and follow that. Always support local products, guys. Not just vaping products, but any other local brand or products. Make sure to support them. Who else would help them out, right? And don't vape where you can smoke. Make sure to just smoke in the designated smoking areas. It's kind of hard right now, but it is what it is. So again, that's it, guys, for my review. I really appreciate your time, and thank you so much for tuning in. Again, this is Andrei of Andrei MoVapes. Till next video, guys. Peace out.